I work for the Department of Homeland Security.
That's like the janitor at NASA calling himself an astronaut. Let's cancel the text, or we execute your girlfriend. Attaboy.
Awesome. It's Liam Crowley with Screen Rant. Taron, thanks so much for taking the time.
Hi Liam, how you doing, mate? Thank you.
I'm fantastic. You want to play a game?
Heck yeah, I do.
I made a little game for you. It's called Checked Bag or Carry On. I'm going to give you some Christmas-themed items. You're going to tell me if they go in a checked bag or a carry-on.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. We're going to go with a glass Christmas tree ornament.
Wow, that's hard. I think it totally depends. I think if it's a very important gift for somebody that you don't want to see broken or in any way, you know, damaged, I think you should take it as a carry-on because it probably deserves to be cradled and nurtured. But I would also say that there is a very, 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 very valid technique where you wrap particularly cushioned sweaters and things around an item like that and hope for the best. There's also an element of risk and gamble with that if you are that way inclined can feel quite exhilarating, but be warned, it's also high risk. So you could end up with shards of broken glass. If it's a receptacle that has fluid in it, you know, that's absolutely on you. But the options are there for both. I think for me, presuming the sentimental value or it's a gift for somebody that I don't want to damage, I would take it as a carry-on.
I can tell you learned a lot from this film. That was a very thorough answer. I got one more for you.
Okay.
4 ounces of eggnog.
I thought you were going to say something else then. So eggnog. Eggnog, I don't think I've ever tried. I think eggnog is, so 4 ounces would be the limit for carry-on liquids, is that right?
It's double the limit. I was trying to trick you there.
It's double the limit. So I know that I'm metric because I'm from the UK, so it's 100 mil, I think, in the UK. 4 ounces. Well, unless you want to get arrested or in trouble, I would say probably not taking the 4 ounces of eggnog. So you could secrete that in your luggage. And again, the same method applies, I think. It's a universal method. You know, the one of wrapping the sweaters around that I described to you earlier? Wrap that around the eggnog and hope for the best.
I'm going to go back to this interview every time I take a flight from now on. You got the best
Sure,
insight.
you could feel free to use it as a kind of digital handbook, perhaps, a how-to guide.
I love it. Let's get into the film specifically. I love what goes on between your character and Traveler. And something I find so fascinating is we as the audience members, we're watching this film, we're hearing Jason Bateman's voice illuminating through the screen. You're not acting opposite him. I don't even know where you're getting his lines coming from. So for you as an actor, how does your performance change when the person you're sharing your most screen time with is just a voice? There's no physical being.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Jason was amazing, and he did a couple of days with me where he actually provided the voice, and he was there recording live with me, and that was a real luxury. And the rest of the time I recorded it with an actor. Part of why I wanted to do the movie, one of many reasons I wanted to do the movie, was there's a real challenge to so much of the film. I think it's the first 50, 60 pages of me being kind of sat at a monitor, not really interacting with anything other than this voice. But I think the script is so strong in terms of setting up the intrigue and the tension that I didn't really have too many fears around it. And obviously also there are these little moments where he attempts to kind of break free and get a message out that he's in this situation. I don't know if I just answered your question. One of the things that happens sometimes when you're an actor in these junkets is you start speaking and you completely forget what you're talking about, or if you're making any coherent sense, or if what you're saying is in any way interesting. And it is at that point in the day now where I am quite doubtful about all of the above. So I apologize and I hope that I satisfied the question.
Can I just say though, I hate calling these interviews. Like, these are conversations.
This is a conversation. This feels very conversational.
Yeah, I like when it's a little bit more candid back and forth like this. No, you did answer my question. I feel like some of those smarts that you get from Ethan, you might have picked up from the Kingsman movies, because I feel like you're thinking like that when you're playing Eggsy. I love those movies. I know you said that you wanted to do more with that character. It was said recently that there's no concrete plans to do any Kingsman in the future. You've only done Eggsy for 2 films. Are you comfortable leaving it where it is right now, or do you want to finish?
So I think that was said, I believe that was said by somebody from Fox, I think. Is that right?
20th Century, yeah.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, and I don't want to speak out of school, but I don't think, and I don't think that necessarily means that we won't do it. I think Matthew and I very much want to do one more. I want to do one more. And so while, you know, we don't have a shoot date yet, I think it could still happen.
Awesome. Yeah, those movies rock. So I would love to see your character get, set off into the sunset in a very grandiose way.
I would love that
Taron, this
too.
movie is phenomenal, though. I was on the edge of my seat. I love how smart it is, and it was a real joy to watch. So thank you for taking the time to speak with me today.
Thank you, Liam. Thank you so much. Cheers, mate. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, too.
Is this because I'm Muslim? Is this because I'm black?
Is this because I'm white?
Airports turn people into such dickheads.